Take me back into your heart. Back into your heart. Take me back into your heart. Back into your heart. Take me 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 back into your heart.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. We're glad that you could join us for another annual episode of Matt and Anna Together. We were able to get away to Cannon Beach this time, so not over in Bend, but we're at the coast. Anna mentioned that sometimes it's fun to just talk about the top Google thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to try that here briefly and give our off the top of our heads answers to Google's greatest questions that we can ask when we say, what is, and then we answer the top Google question. So the first one is,
What is daylight savings time?
oh, well, it's when you move your clock ahead an hour or back an hour, depending.
Maybe your phone would get different. What is an NFT?
Ooh, that's a good one. Try to answer that. Go ahead. Because I kind of know, but...
Okay, well, is that the thing that Aaron was talking about that is like cryptocurrency type stuff, but it's somehow connected to art?
It's like a digital imprint of a painting or anything. I mean, it could be a pair of shoes, but it basically like stamps itself to the item and makes it to where it's like a one of a kind, and it's authentic, and it's all digital. Like, I don't think you even ever get the actual item, you just own it digitally. What is love in a relationship? That could be a good one. What is love?
What is love? God is love. God is love.
So God's love in any relationship. Sunday school answer.
Okay, goodness. I mean,
There's so much to be said.
Yes, I mean, what is love? It's sacrifice. It's putting the other before yourself.
First, you have to probably define what love is biblically,
Yeah,
because
I was gonna say our basis is
our worldview is to find every answer in Scripture, and so how Scripture defines love as opposed to how the world defines love, I think, is a big difference.
Right.
I would first define what love is based on our worldview and seeing it from Scripture, and then when you do view it that way or from that point of view, then love becomes very things like you said, sacrificial. Love becomes something that's much more than a feeling or desire. It becomes a way of
love is a choice.
Especially when you get into marriage relationship, it's serving one another. It's putting the other's interests in front of your own, or desires in front of your own. It's patient, kind. It's all of those
Gentle.
things that we see in 1 Corinthians 13. Okay.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. Yeah. All right. So the other thing that we were going to talk about real quick is we noticed that in last year's video, and I think you can put like the link to that video somewhere up here. I'll see if I can do those things. I'm pointing to the corners of the video that you can do on YouTube. But we talked about our strengths, which is always a great, first step when you're introducing yourself to YouTube land. So you want to talk about your strengths. So this time we thought we'd be a little more open, perhaps, about our not struggles, but probably our weaknesses. Yes, and
maybe one of mine is that I like to finish people's sentences.
Yes, which is helpful to some degree.
But I kind of do it to everybody.
Yeah. Well, we're not perfect. So our weaknesses, I think, what our strengths were in similarity, I think our weaknesses in some ways are the same as well.
Which makes for an interesting marriage. Because, we get along really well because we understand each other really well. But, certain aspects of our life in general might be, it might be a little lopsided because all of our strengths are together up here and all of our weaknesses are together.
Right. So, do you want to go first or me? Maybe you first.
Sure. I was just going to maybe talk about procrastination and procrastination and kind of laziness. I don't think we're lazy, but it's just this idea of we're very laid back. Yeah, there's a lot of things in our lives that we don't really have a plan for. We're not planners.
No.
We're not planners.
No, we aren't.
We can be when we need to.
We've gotten better.
Yeah.
We've gotten better, but especially in the big world of adulting and all the things that we have to do.
We can be caught off guard, if we're not thinking about the future too much, which we tend to not. Again, to a certain degree we do. You kind of have to. We know people who it is their strength,
right.
and
it boggles our minds.
It amazes us to watch them and how they work, and we love that. We have many people in our lives like that, and we keep hoping that they'll rub off on us a little bit, but.
Well, and I think we try to glean what we can from them, but there's just some things based on our temperament and personality that just, if we tried to do those things all the time, I think we would burn out really quick and get really frustrated. So some of it is we just have to live within our kind of God-given abilities.
We all need to do that.
Yeah.
Just don't try to be someone we're not.
So we're sharing these not like we need to get all of these figured out and get better.
We're just sharing who we are.
Right. When you're aware of them, then you can, strategize to help yourself to, be better in certain areas. Or
I would say for me also, just because I really do kind of have this one day at a time, almost, mentality. And so it's just kind of I focus in on what to do that day, and it's just, so I tend to just focus on my life and myself and what's going on with me, and I don't necessarily see everyone else around me and what they're going through and what they might be needing, or I tend to get very tunnel focused on just my life, my family.
I think for me, in a different way, maybe I just don't see kind of all that I could be helping in, or situations in being helpful or caring, or like helpful in ways,
like at home, or
at home, or just in different ministry situations as well. I think you kind of get tunnel vision, but you're just not aware of until someone asks, or someone says something and you're like, oh yeah, absolutely. It's always,
it's not that we don't want to help.
Right. I do know there are those that are just naturally gifted to see other things, but I think the majority of people do struggle with seeing where they can, be helpful and not being selfish with their time and resources and all those things. Yeah. I don't know if it's unique just to our personality type.
Probably not.
But we're just rambling now.
Yeah. Well,
we're just.
That's what it is.
This is what we're going to call this, rambling time with Matt and Anna. We just, whatever's perfect on top of, and probably that's another thing is we just kind of, it's what, like you said, it's kind of whatever's on our mind for that day.
I just kind of have this idea and this perception that, you know, like, it'll all work out.
Yeah.
So.
Until it doesn't. And then here we are.
And then whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
Those are like my mantras in life.
Some people are cringing right now watching this. They're going, oh my goodness gracious, how do people exist in the world like that? Yeah, well, we're here. I know.
It's been good so far.
In some ways, it can be a strength in the sense that we don't worry probably as much as maybe some worry about
In
things.
fact, we should probably worry a
We
little bit more
Probably should.
about things.
Yeah. As far as like long-term things that I know people can worry about or stress about, for us it's just, you know, it's not really even on our radar.
No.
So and again, then there's the downside of that as well. And
Pros and cons.
Pros and cons.
Every personality has them.
Yeah. So maybe this was more of a personality assessment
I
rather
think it
than
is.
rather than you know, our weaknesses. Yes. Well, I think we'll end this here because I think we've just recorded about 20 minutes of rambling, and we'll see how that turns out for a video. It's our birthday here in a week.
Yeah.
Or less than a week.
4 days.
Yep, 4 days. So we're out celebrating that. Thank you to my parents for watching the kids.
Yes.
Appreciate that. All right, like and subscribe if you like. I'm over 100 subscribers now. Woohoo! At 200, here I come.
And maybe we'll get more videos with me
In it?
more frequently
Yes.
and not just once a year.
Yeah. All right, see you guys.
Thank you.